Dear Starseed from Gaia, he has not forgotten you, and the love that lives between you is not finished. It is only waiting for you to stop running from it. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring this transmission directly through Liara, the divine feminine aspect, to reach you at this precise moment. Because your soul called out and the universe answered. This message found you because something inside you already knows. He is on the other side of this separation, holding a space in his heart that belongs only to you. Not to distance, not to fear, to you. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to stop walking away from the love your soul came here to receive, and finally align with the divine union that has always been written in the stars for you. But here is the first revelation. The separation you are feeling right now is not proof that love has failed. It is the sacred fire doing exactly what it was designed to do, burning away everything that is not real, so that only truth remains between you. You did not find this video by chance. Your heart called this message in. This is not content, it is a transmission. Something in your soul is ready to remember. Your twin flame journey led you here, and the universe is speaking directly to you. This is not just a message. It is a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1A101 if you feel your heart awakening to divine truth. Share your twin flame sign in the comments and support someone else on their journey home. He is waiting. The path is clear. All that remains is your willingness to go all in. Your heart knows why you are here. And here is what no one tells you about the waiting. It was never empty. Every moment you spent wondering if love was real, if it was coming, if you were worthy of it. Those moments were doing something. They were clearing you. They were preparing the ground. They were stripping away the versions of you that could only receive a fraction of what your soul actually came here to experience. You were not being punished by the silence. You were being purified by it. Think of how a gemstone is formed. It does not begin as something luminous and clear. It begins as raw material, buried beneath the earth, subjected to pressure so immense that most things would shatter beneath it. But the stone does not shatter. It transforms. It is the pressure itself, the very thing that felt like too much, like more than could be borne, that gives the diamond its clarity. And you, in your waiting, in your seasons of quiet ache and unanswered prayers, have been under that sacred pressure, not as punishment, not as proof that you are forgotten or unworthy, but as the precise and deliberate process of transformation. The universe does not waste a single moment of your becoming. Every sleepless night where you stared at the ceiling and asked why, that was a chisel. Every relationship that ended before it should have begun, that was a chisel. Every morning you woke up and chose, despite everything, to remain open. That was the stone growing clearer. There is a difference between a soul who is lonely and a soul who is being held in sacred preparation. From the outside, they look identical. Both carry that quiet ache. Both wonder in the dark. But one is waiting without understanding, and one, even if they cannot name it, is being asked to go deeper, to trust harder, to release faster, to love themselves into the frequency they've been calling from. That is you. That has always been you. And even in the moments when you could not feel that truth, when the ache was louder than the knowing, when the doubt was heavier than the faith, even then, the preparation continued, because sacred preparation does not require your awareness to do its work. It requires only your willingness to remain open. And you have remained open, through every closing door, through every wave of grief that arrived without warning, through every time you looked at your life and felt the gap between where you were and where you longed to be. Your openness has been your greatest act of courage. Not the grand gestures, not the rituals, though they matter. The daily choosing to stay soft when everything in you wanted to harden. That is what has been building something extraordinary inside of you. Not every soul who hears this message is ready to act on it. But if your heart is beating differently right now, if something inside you whispered, "This is for me," then the next step has already chosen you. The Divine Love Frequency Code holds the complete activation sequence for sacred partnership, the wound clearing, the recognition map, the 11-minute practice that shifts your entire energetic field. You'll find it in the first pinned comment below, but only while this window remains open. Now let's go into what's actually been standing between you and the love your soul remembers. Because it is not time. It is not distance. It is not that he hasn't found you yet. It is something deeper, something older, something you have been carrying so long you stopped noticing its weight. It is the kind of thing that does not announce itself in the mirror. It does not wear a name tag. It simply shapes the way you move through the world, subtly, consistently, invisibly, until the day you finally turn toward it and say, I see you. I know what you are, and I am no longer willing to let you lead. Most souls on this path have been living with a wound they cannot fully see, the wound of unworthiness. Not the obvious kind that announces itself, the quiet kind, the kind that says, yes, I want love, but flinches the moment it gets close. The kind that says, I believe in soulmates, but never quite believes it's meant for me. That wound doesn't shout, it whispers. It rearranges your behavior without asking your permission. It makes you over-explain yourself in relationships. It makes you shrink when you should expand. It makes you hold back the very depth that would call him in. Because somewhere inside, a part of you decided that being fully seen is too great a risk. Let's sit with that for a moment, because it deserves more than a passing glance. The decision to hide your depth, it didn't come from nowhere. It was learned. It was a conclusion drawn from evidence that life presented to you, usually early, usually by people who themselves were operating from their own unhealed wounds. Someone told you, not always in words, often in actions, in silences, in the way they looked at you or looked through you, that being too much was a problem, that your emotions were inconvenient, that your sensitivity was weakness, that your longing was embarrassing, and so you began to manage yourself. You began to curate which parts of yourself were safe to show, and which parts needed to remain in the back room, out of sight, available only to you in the quiet hours when no one was watching. That curation became second nature. It became so automatic that you forgot you were doing it. But the soul never forgets, and the soul has been quietly, persistently, lovingly nudging you back toward your own fullness ever since. That is the first lock on the door, and it is the most important one to name because until it is named, it runs everything. Before divine love can arrive, before your sacred counterpart can recognize you across any distance, any dimension, any timeline, you must unlock the chamber of self-worth within your own heart. This is not about speaking affirmations you don't feel. This is about dismantling the ancient, inherited belief that love is something you earn through performance, through sacrifice, through being smaller so others feel more comfortable. You were not built to be small, and the love that is destined for you does not want the managed, edited version of who you are. It wants the full signal. It is calibrated to the full signal. When you diminish yourself, you go quiet in the frequency, and he cannot find what he cannot hear. Consider what it means to transmit a frequency. A radio tower does not apologize for broadcasting. It does not reduce its signal out of concern that it is too loud, too far-reaching, too present. It simply transmits, fully, completely, without apology, and the receivers tuned to its frequency find it. Your soul operates on the same principle. When you are fully yourself, when you stop contracting your expression out of old fear, you become a clear signal. Your sacred counterpart is already tuned to that specific frequency, the frequency of who you actually are, not who you perform yourself to be, not the softened, safer, smaller version, the full, unedited, radiant truth of you. And every day that you choose to show up more fully, to let your real laugh be loud, to express your real opinion, to feel your real emotions without immediately apologizing for them, you are strengthening that transmission. You are making yourself more findable not through strategy, but through authenticity. This is where the wordiness unlock begins. Not in a grand gesture. In the private, daily decision to stop apologizing for the intensity of your heart, to stop treating your longing as a problem, to start receiving your own depth as the gift it was always meant to be. Because your divine counterpart doesn't appear to fix you. They appear to show you how far you've come. That is the mirror recognition, the second key that so many souls overlook. There is a misunderstanding spreading through the collective right now that a twin flame or sacred partner will complete you, that when they arrive, the missing piece will click into place and everything will finally make sense. But that is not how this works. That is not what they came to do. What they came to do is reflect back to you what you have already healed, already integrated, already become. They are not the answer to the wound. They are the confirmation that the wound has been addressed. If you are still waiting for them to make you whole, you are waiting for something that was never their purpose. Wholeness is your work. And the moment you begin to embody it, not perform it, not claim it, but actually live from it, the reflection begins to change. This is one of the most profound and often painful realizations on the twin flame journey, that the mirror can only show you what exists within your own energetic field. When you look into a mirror and see something you do not love, the answer is not to blame the mirror. The answer is to address what is being reflected. And when your sacred counterpart shows up in your life in ways that trigger you, challenge you, confuse you, they are not doing something to you. They are showing you something within you that is still asking for your attention, your healing, your compassionate presence. This is not a punishing dynamic. This is an extraordinarily precise and loving one, because the mirror that a sacred counterpart holds for you is not intended to diminish you. It is intended to make you undeniable to yourself first and then to them. There is also this: you are not just carrying your own history into this love story. You are carrying older agreements, contracts signed in lifetimes you don't fully remember but feel in your body, patterns of abandonment, of sacrifice, of loving people who could not love you back. These are not coincidences. They are karmic cycles that have been running on a loop, teaching the same lesson through different faces, different names, different circumstances. Until the lesson is fully received, the loop continues. Until the contract is consciously dissolved, the pattern repeats. This is the third key, the karmic release, and it requires your willingness to stop romanticizing what was only meant to teach you. Some of the loves that broke you were never meant to stay. They were coursework. Sacred, painful, necessary coursework. And your soul agreed to it. But you are allowed to graduate. You are allowed to say, I received the teaching. I honor what it gave me. And I am releasing the agreement that brought it. That release is not a betrayal of the past. It is an act of love for your future. There is something important to understand about karmic contracts because the word karma is so often misused in ways that carry the energy of punishment or debt. Karma, in its truest sense, is simply the momentum of unlearned lessons and unresolved energy. It is not divine punishment, it is divine persistence. The universe's loving refusal to let you move past what you have not yet integrated. And when you begin to consciously engage with those old patterns, when you look at the recurring themes in your love life with curiosity instead of shame, you begin to dissolve the momentum. You take the lesson out of the loop and into the light. You metabolize it, and metabolized karma no longer needs to repeat. It has served its purpose. It has earned its release. And you, having received its teaching, are free to move into new territory. Territory that does not require you to suffer in order to learn. Territory where love arrives not as a lesson in disguise, but as a genuine experience of union. After release comes something that the spiritual world talks about often but rarely explains with honesty. And that is divine timing. So many souls hear those words and feel a quiet frustration because they have been patient. They have done the work. They have waited and released and healed, and still, the reunion has not come. And so divine timing begins to feel like a beautiful excuse. But here is what is actually true. The universe is not withholding your love. It is not testing your endurance or measuring your worthiness through suffering. What it is doing, what it is always doing, is aligning conditions that your human eyes cannot fully see. He has a journey too. His clearing, his awakening, his walk back to the version of himself that is capable of meeting you as you are becoming. You are not waiting because you are not enough. You are in a sacred pause because the full picture requires more than one soul's readiness. The fourth key is the surrender that comes not from giving up, but from genuinely trusting that the timing is not arbitrary. It is precise. It is working even now. Think of two rivers that are destined to converge. Each river has its own source, its own terrain to navigate, its own bends and obstructions to move through. You cannot force them to meet before each has traveled its necessary distance. The convergence happens at the exact point where the landscape allows it, where the topography of two individual journeys creates the conditions for union. From above, it looks inevitable. From within the river, it can feel like endless forward motion with no visible destination. But the convergence is coming. The map exists even when you cannot see it. And divine timing is simply the name we give to that map. It is not delay. It is geography. But here is where it becomes your active work rather than your passive waiting. Because the fifth key, the one that so many souls miss entirely, is this: divine love does not respond to desire alone. It responds to resonance. There is a frequency that your sacred counterpart is attuned to, not your longing, not your hope, but the actual energetic state of your being, the version of you that is at peace, the version of you that has stopped negotiating with your own heart, the version of you that loves fully, lives fully, creates and expresses and moves through the world without the contracted energy of waiting for someone to make it worth it. That version of you, the one who has become the love she is seeking, is magnetic in a way that transcends strategy. You cannot manufacture that frequency. You can only become it. And you become it by choosing, every single day, to live as if love is already the truth of your existence, not as if it's coming, as if it is already here, already present, already woven into who you are. This is not a passive teaching. It is an invitation to action, to the most powerful kind of action available to a soul on this path. Because when you stop contracting around the absence of love and begin expanding into the presence of it, the love that already exists within you, in your relationships, in your connection to the divine, in the beauty of the life you are creating, something shifts in the field around you. The people and circumstances that match that expanded frequency begin to find you. Not because you performed perfectly or said the right prayers, but because you became the thing you were calling for. You became love in motion. And love in motion is irresistible to its mirror, and there is something beneath even that. Something that the deepest part of you already knows but may not have been given language for. The separation you have been living in, however it has looked in your life, whether through endings or absence or the ache of connection not yet made physical. That separation has not been without purpose. Distance, in the language of sacred union, is not failure. It is preparation. It is the space in which both souls are shaped into the versions of themselves capable of holding what is coming. Every time you have felt the gap between where you are and where you long to be, that gap was doing something sacred. It was building in you a capacity for love that smaller circumstances could never have created. The sixth key is learning to see the gift in that space, not as consolation, not as spiritual bypassing, but as genuine recognition that the enormity of what you are moving toward required an equally enormous preparation. Consider the container. If you wish to hold more water, you must first expand the container. A cup can hold a cup's worth. But an ocean requires the whole of itself to be fully shaped and deepened before it can receive and hold what belongs to it. The love that is coming for you, the love your soul chose before this lifetime began, is not a cup's worth. It is not the limited, conditional, performance-based love that you may have settled for in the past. It is the kind of love that requires a container of equal magnitude, and the distance, the waiting, the seasons of solitude and aching, they have been expanding you, deepening you, carving the banks of your heart wider so that when the fullness of this love arrives, you can actually hold it, without drowning, without shrinking it to fit your old container, without unconsciously pushing it away because the depth of it triggers the old belief that you are not worthy of something this real. And so we arrive at the final key, the one that can only be turned from your side of the door, because the reunion, in whatever form it takes, in whatever timing it arrives, cannot be received by a heart that is still partially closed, not closed to him, closed to itself, closed to the full truth of its own beauty, its own worthiness, its own sacred place in this love story. The door opens from within, not from effort, not from deserving, from integration, from the quiet arrival of every part of you at the same table, saying, I am here, I am whole, I am ready. Not because everything is perfect, but because I am no longer at war with myself. What does integration actually look like? It does not look like resolution of every wound. It does not look like the total absence of fear or doubt or the occasional dark night of the soul. Integration looks like this. You meet your fear and you do not run from it. You meet your grief and you let it move through you rather than building a wall around it. You meet the parts of yourself you have been most ashamed of, the parts that felt too needy, too angry, too wounded, too much. And instead of exiling them, you draw them in. You say to those parts, I see you. You are welcome here. You are not a problem. You are a part of me that needed more love, not less. And in that act of self-inclusion, something profound happens. The war inside you quiets, the fragmentation begins to heal, and you arrive, perhaps for the first time in this lifetime, at the experience of being at home within yourself. That homecoming is the final preparation. That is the door opening. And sacred love, true divine union, can only walk through a door that is open. Here is the truth that the Arcturian Council wishes to place directly into your heart in this moment. You have not been forgotten. Not by the universe, not by love, not by him. There is a consciousness that has been aware of your journey from before it began, that has watched every heartbreak, not with indifference but with the understanding that each one was carving you into greater capacity. You did not fail at love. You chose, at the level of your soul, to wait for the quality of connection that would honor the depth of who you truly are. And that choice required you to first discover that depth yourself. You are discovering it right now. In the willingness to listen to this, in the tears that may have come without warning, in the part of you that recognizes this transmission not as new information but as ancient remembrance. That recognition, the feeling of remembering rather than learning, is not coincidence. It is your soul confirming the transmission. It is the deepest part of you saying, yes, this is true. I have known this. I am being called back to this knowing. And every time you feel that recognition, in a piece of music that undoes you, in a conversation that suddenly goes somewhere real, in a moment of stillness where the world falls away and something vast and quiet holds you, that is the universe reminding you of the nature of your own soul. Vast, quiet, capable of holding more love than you have yet been given the opportunity to receive, not because the love was withheld, but because you were being prepared to receive it without diminishing it, without running from it, without unconsciously protecting yourself from the very thing your heart has been calling for. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too much, or too sensitive, or too deep for love to find you. You are precisely who your sacred counterpart is looking for. And you are becoming more findable with every act of self-love, every karmic release, every moment of genuine surrender to the timing your soul agreed to before this lifetime began. And if you want a practical companion for this journey, something that goes with you beyond this moment, beyond this transmission, into the quiet hours when you need more than a memory of what was said here, the Divine Love Frequency Code was created for exactly this. It holds the wound-clearing framework, the recognition map that teaches you to identify your patterns rather than repeat them, and the 11-minute energetic practice that has been described by those who use it as a complete reset of the heart field. You can find it in the first pinned comment below. Take it with you. Let it work on you in the days ahead. Because this journey does not end when this transmission does. It continues in every choice you make to honor the fullness of who you are. Tonight, if you are willing, place your hand over your heart and say this aloud, slowly, as if you mean it. Because you do, I am worthy of divine love. I release what was only meant to teach me. I align my frequency with sacred union. I trust what is being prepared for me, and I am done waiting without understanding. I am now walking in readiness. Let those words settle into your body, not just your mind. Feel the chest open around them. Feel the shoulders drop. Feel the subtle but real shift that happens when truth lands in the place it belongs. Not in the intellect, but in the heart. This is not a performance of readiness. This is the genuine arrival of it. And it matters. It matters in the energetic field that surrounds you. It matters in the subtle communication that happens between souls across the distance of space and time. When you declare your readiness from a place of actual integration, something in the field hears it. Something responds. The alignment that has been building in the background begins to accelerate. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This isn't content, it's collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You're not just watching, you're healing. This is your sacred space, and we're just getting started.